It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Well, I think that, obviously where we're at in points, we are certainly looking forward to trying to win at Atlanta this weekend. I know everybody goes there to win, but we feel really confident. We finished fourth at the spring race, like you mentioned, but we were chasing down the leader, Kyle Busch, at the end, and was second, but just ran out of tires a little bit late in the race and ended up slipping back a few positions. But Atlanta, one of our better racetracks, obviously, and look forward to trying to close in on the 48 there this weekend. And, at Texas and Phoenix and Homestead are just all four of these racetracks are literally my best racetracks on the circuit. So I think we're in a good position. We'd like to be closer than 149 points, but I don't think that's too much to overcome.
Thanks, Greg. We'll now go to the media for questions for today's NASCAR CAM guest, Greg Biffle.
Thank you. The question and answer session will be conducted electronically. If you wish to ask a question, you may do so by pressing the star key followed by the digit 1 on your touch-tone telephone. If you're using a speakerphone, please make sure your mute function is turned off so your signal can reach our equipment. Once again, that is star 1 to ask a question. We'll pause for just a moment to assemble our queue. We'll take our first question today from David Newton with ESPN.com.
Yeah, Greg, you and Carl started kind of a run at the title chase in 2005, and Carl won Atlanta, then Texas back-to-back. Can you talk about what he was like as a teammate then, and what you thought of him as a driver then, and has that perception changed at all over the last 4 years?
Well, I don't think a whole lot. Obviously, Carl's a competitive person, and we're eager to win every time we go to the racetrack, and we're competing about at the same level we were in 2005 with each other for this title. So I really see it, a lot of the same as it was in 2005. We're both, just right there trying to, inch up there in the points, and it really feels a lot of the same position we're in. Hopefully we'll be on that end of maybe winning at Atlanta and Texas and try and close in on that 48.
And he won those two races back-to-back. Did the success, all of a sudden the world kind of found out who Carl Evans was? Did that change him at all?
I don't know. I mean, I think that any level of success changes a person, because your demand on time and all the things that we have to do. I certainly think that, obviously Dale Jr. or somebody like that does, is a lot different now than when they were, first or second year in Cup compared to his popularity now. So I think that, you obviously have to adapt to what, what the sport's like.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
We'll now hear from Jared Turner from NASCAR Scene.
Yes, Greg, obviously tires were a pretty big concern last time at Atlanta. A couple guys have already expressed concern about the tires for this weekend as well. Can you just talk about that and whether or not you think those problems have been resolved?
Well, I certainly think that we've put Goodyear in a box with this new car and new track surfaces and things, and their ability to react has been, they just can't, upset the apple cart and start over. So they've, it's been a work in progress for them. They've missed on some and hit others right on the nailhead. I can think of Darlington, brand new surface, really, really fast, probably too fast of a place. They tested twice. They picked a perfect tire. And so, then the other extreme is Indy, where we had a tire that wouldn't last. So, you're not going to hit it right every single time. And I think that at Atlanta, they found something that was too conservative, and we've seen something that was not conservative enough. So they've gone back there and tested twice. I'm confident that they've picked a good tire for that racetrack. But no matter where we go, I think a tire, is always a concern, because let's face it, they're dancing on a fine line of having enough grip, enough, speed, or not too much speed, and having longevity. That line, people don't understand how fine that line is. And that's really, really tough to get down the middle of that line. And just the weather, just some rain or something can affect the, whether a tire can go 30 laps or 60 laps. So that's how close of a tolerance that we're working in with these Goodyear tires. So I think they're doing a good job at reacting to the situations just as quickly as they can. And, the thing in Atlanta at the beginning of the year to defend them is they went to the conservative side of things. And maybe a little too conservative, but at the same time they were trying to build some, a little conservative into it.
And just as a follow-up, when you have a situation like you had at Atlanta in the spring, what can the driver do inside the race car to combat that?
Just hang on. It was really slick and hard to drive, and you couldn't put the gas down. The car just didn't have a lot of grip. But the surface of Atlanta is much like Darlington before the repave. That we know that racetrack wears tires out, and that's what makes it so great of a racetrack and competitive. The problem is the new car threw a little curveball at the tire because it used the tire much harder on the right side only. So that was a difficulty for Goodyear to try and figure that out. So in a short amount of time. So I think that it was just very, very difficult to drive. The tires didn't have a lot of grip all day, so it was just made it difficult inside there. You had to elbows up all day long.
Thank you.
As a reminder, that is star one to ask a question. And next we'll hear from Jim Petley with Kansas City Star.
Yeah, Greg, Ross cars have had a great history at all four remaining tracks on the schedule here. Does that have any bearing at all what we're going to see this year?
I think so. The places we've been competitive at, we've tended to come back and be competitive, and I don't think it's any different than Hendricks's domination at Martinsville. We've always seen them very fast there. And this goes to show you that, the 5 ran really well. The 48, 88, 24, all 4 cars were right there at Martinsville. So, Roush Fenway runs good at, these places. We've been able to, kind of hold up our end of the bargain, so to speak. I think we're going to be really good at Atlanta. I think we're going to be really good at Texas, Phoenix, and Homestead. I just don't see, why we're not. And I feel like we can beat the 48. Now, what happens to him, if he finishes 5th in all those races, there's nothing we can do about that. But we can just try and go there and do our best.
Sounds like that also gives you quite a bit of confidence.
Oh, absolutely. I'm 100% confident. I was excited at the checkered flag at Martinsville, probably more excited than I have been at some other finishes that we finished 12th. That was, our strategic plan at Martinsville was to finish in the top 10. And we only missed that by 2 positions. We didn't count on Jimmy leading the most laps and winning. We felt like he'd be strong. We knew that. But to not go to Martinsville and finish 20th or 18th or 30th was and stay in the lead, or get back to the lead lap, was key for us to have a shot at this title.
Thank you, Greg.
Thanks.